Testing one two. Testing one two three. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1 2 3 4 5.
Meanwhile, at our Chatham show, Hilary Kay met a man who was inspired by a very different historical event.
Well, here we are in the county of Kent. I didn't know what I'd see today, but I wasn't expecting to see a copy of the Bayeux Tapestry. How long is it?
It's approximately 40 feet.
Presumably you went to Bayeux, you were completely inspired and got home and got out your needle and thread.
No.
Oh, so what happened?
I'm sorry to disappoint you. I've never been to Bayeux. I've never seen the original. I started it about 17 years ago, but I've actually done probably the best part of 14 years, a couple of hours every day.
This replica of the Bayeux Tapestry, created by visitor Andy, caused quite a stir after appearing on the show. He's had offers to display it in exhibitions across the UK, and was even invited out to the Bayeux Tapestry Museum in Normandy, where he tells us he enjoyed comparing it to the original. And finally, our programme from Newstead Abbey, which is looked after by Nottingham City Council, saw this rare medal arrive, won by a racing pigeon called Cologne, that had played a valuable role in World War II. Since showing the item, the owner, Sarah, tells us she's received new information from family members who recall the brave bird returning from his mission exhausted and wounded. Dramatically, they had to perform an operation to remove shrapnel from his chest.
Cologne was my grandfather's pigeon. My grandfather was the pigeon service officer during the Second World War for the East Midlands, and he was in charge of the pigeons that went upon the bombers during the war. Cologne had been on over 100 sorties, and he was on a flight in June 1943, and the plane crashed over Cologne, hence why the pigeon was named Cologne. The plane and the crew were lost, but Cologne managed to arrive back at my grandfather's house a fortnight later, very badly injured, with his breastbone completely broken, and the feathers had started to grow over it, and he was awarded the Dicking Medal, the Animals VC, for his bravery.
After appearing on the roadshow, Sarah and her brother were invited to attend the Remembrance Day commemorations. There they marched past the cenotaph, proudly holding Cologne's medal as part of the tribute to animals in war.
Next year marks the anniversary of the outbreak of the First World War, and you may recall our appeal for your family stories connected to those years between 1914 and 1918. We received over 3,000 responses, and early this year we selected a small group of visitors to join us at the Somme battlefields in northern France to record a special programme which will be shown next year. Here's a flavour of that visit.
The name Edith Cavell resonates, and for what reason? She was a British nurse in Belgium during the time of the First World War who was executed by the Germans. And your grandmother worked alongside her.
She did.
Edith Cavell, knowingly broke some of the rules.
Yes.
But as she said, patriotism is not enough. And she paid the ultimate price for that.
She did.
We're looking at Alec here. Now, this is his father grieving for his son, painting him as he saw him,
Oh yes, there's a lot
having
of
to
feeling
live
in that.
through that loss, every brushstroke, thinking about that lost son.
Well, this is a tin whistle, and it's perfectly ordinary, except that it tells a story, and the story it tells is of Joe. And this is Joe, our Joe, Joseph Thomas Clucas, a corporal in the Royal Field Artillery, 57th Ammunition Column, who joined as a boy soldier, joined the Territorial Army at the age of 14, and was enlisted at the start of the war, as many territorials were, was killed at Passchendaele on the 21st of October 1917, but between the start of the war through to 1917, this whistle at some point saved his life, because the trace of the bullet that hit it when he was wearing it is still in the whistle. And while it's worthless, while it means nothing to anybody else, to our family it's priceless, because it tells the story of a time in our history when boys like Joe gave everything they had for us, and so it's precious to us.
We've got a picture, 3 chaps here. I'm guessing he's one of them.
Yes, that's my dad.
Yeah?
That's his brother, Tom.
Aye? Presumably this was taken before he joined up?
Yes, Tom got killed at the Somme.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, this is a picture of your
That's
dad with his medal.
Yeah. He was thin when he came home.
Yeah, it
But
was
he
a lot
was a
of weight.
stocky man.
Yes. We can see his medal there.
That's right, yeah.
Where's that?
Oh, it's in the family.
Good.
Oh, yes.
So, you haven't brought it today? That's very wise, because
Yes. Yeah.
safety. But you haven't got the medal with you. We
No.
thought that you might like that.
Wow.
Oh, thank you. We had his name put on the back of it as well. And I hope that you will display that with that cracking good picture, and that will become a bit of it's our pleasure.
There's another reason why we've brought you here today, to this particular place. You talked about the men in the photo here and your father, and also your uncle Tom.
Yes.
And he fought here at the Somme, as you say, he died here at the Somme. This is his cemetery. And this is where he's buried.
Is it?
So I wondered if you'd like to come and see his grave.
In Puerto Rico, we call ourselves Boricua. We are proud, passionate, and full of life. On our island, adventure finds you. Strangers are as strangers belong. The size of the audience doesn't change the beauty of the music, and we celebrate every last ray of sun. Live Boricua.
We've always valued the long run. It's why our actively managed funds can help you achieve the goals you have now and the ones you're still imagining. So whether you're investing for your future or theirs, you can bring all of your
Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. It's November 28th of 2023, and it's 1:15 a.m. in the morning. And I have been, I think, trying to stream a video. I streamed a video yesterday, a few hours ago, and it worked okay. And I'll put the link below so you can see it if you want it. And so then I've been for an hour or so trying to go back to live streaming, and one problem after another, and I don't know I don't know why I haven't why there are those problems. One thing I think, well, that's just an excuse. I want to get a new computer. I've got a Dell, which has worked fine for me, and it's actually working fine for me. It even worked fine a few hours ago when I streamed the video, live streaming. But this Dell computer is a refurbished $110 or $120 computer. I want to get something better and different. So I'm blaming it, although it's worked fine and it's working fine now, I hope. Just not streaming. I even fired up OBS a while ago, and I see that they have it, and I downloaded it and installed it, version 30, I think, or something like that. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But the streaming that I did a while ago, and like I said, there'll be a link below to it, and you can watch it if you want to. Went well. So I want to start doing streaming. And anyway, this is going to be an upload. I'm not sure when I want to maybe later today or something. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. And maybe later tonight or maybe late this afternoon or something like that, I will try the streaming again. Oh. And see what I can do. Disappointing, because when I finished that live streaming, it went so well. I thought, okay, how often shall I do this? You know, should I do it at, of course, doing it at a certain hour is not going to work, because I've got background noise sometimes and stuff, and then also I need my naps. And I don't know when I'm going to take a nap. This room is a disaster area. It's my one room, my bedroom, my computer room, everything. And there's a tremendous amount of clutter and stuff around here. I want to get it organized. And then two, you know, the New Year's coming up, and I want to, for the first time, I've been paying forever for Office, Microsoft Office. I paid for them for years. You know, almost never ever used anything. Maybe I used Word once or twice or something. I want to, you know, start using it. And, you know, doing a spreadsheet. I mean, my spreadsheet has been on a piece of paper and a notebook, you know. Money coming in, which is easy. And what's going out, I wanted to make, and I've done it on a piece of paper, and then every month I, copy it over and whatever. So I'm going to use Office. So I got some things I need to do, and I thought it was going to be, I thought I could just toss streaming video in there. Now keep in mind, I did streaming video before there was a YouTube, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Even when I slept, I mean, it was 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I did it in Missouri. I did it when I went to Orlando, Florida. I did it when I went to Texas. I did it when I went to back to Florida. I mean, I have been a streamer, but that's one reason I think too. It's like, Jesus Christ, Now I have problems. So right now I'm just minor bummed out or whatever. I do need to straighten this room up too. I'd feel much better when it was better organized. Every time I need something, I have to move a ton of stuff and put it on my bed. Then I can finally find what I'm looking for, and then I take the stuff off my bed and I put it back someplace else, and just, that's something that goes on all the time. So, God, if I quit making this video after 7 minutes, that you people probably go into shock. You're used to me talking for an hour or two. When I was doing the live streaming, the people, they really liked the headset. I thought for a second I had the wrong headset on. Is this thing flashing? Yeah, okay. I just can't see it, okay. They seem to like that. But, I've also used this a lot. And this works, no flashing. But it also, is a really good headset. It's a Sennzer, S-E-N-Z-E-R, I think. And it's a good headset too. This, well, I think both of them do. When I do a video for you all, this on my head for an hour, oh, it hurts. And I think I'm not sure if this was a little less painful or not. Something I've never had and is a wireless headset. Well, that I can remember. And it might be nice to have a wireless headset. Then, because a few times I'm sitting here and I say, okay, I'm going to go get a Coke, do something with it. It'd be kind of nice to be able to continue talking and go over there and do whatever I was doing, looking for it or something or other. So, if you happen to be somebody who knows about headsets, now remember, I am poor, and when I say I'm poor, I'm not kidding. I really am. Although I guess I fit in the, group of average Americans who are retired and on Social Security. I fit right in that. Every year when there's a increase or whatever in the Social Security, the news media always says the average, with the increase of such and such, the average person who gets Social Security, their increase will be, and I'm always that number. I don't have to do the math to figure it out. It's just basically it. So if you know of a headset, a headset that's wireless, that's inexpensive, but good. Let me know and I'll put that on my wish list or something. I have a wish list, by the way. I've only been talking for 10 minutes. I could show you my wish list. I would go over here, and it's actually someplace on here where you could click on it, you know, but here's one way. It would be I would go to Amazon. And then go up here to gift list for Jim Howard. Ooh, I have an Apple iPad on my wish list. I really don't need this LED lights, but the reason it's on there is because I looked at some people who were using an Apple iPad recently, and one of the people listed what he uses with his Apple iPad to show what you can do with an Apple iPad so far as making YouTube videos. And he had a list of items, and this is one of the items he had on there, and I thought, you know, that does look. And he had several items that were inexpensive that worked well with Apple computer, and they were really so I put this on my wish list. Like I said, I don't need one. I've got a big umbrella over there, but this one has some, you know, special light bulb remote controls, so you can dim it, change the colors. I mean, change the, you know, the things like that. Oh, I see. I was going to say what's the difference, but I see this one. The reason on this one is it comes with 2 lights. Huh? It comes with 2 remote controls. That's interesting. Oh. Anyway, so before I leave here, just to show you how successful I am in making some money off of YouTube, I'm going to show you how successful I am. What is your guess? Do I look like a successful business person or a successful YouTuber? Let's just go to earnings. I'll simplify everything. Okay. But I want to go to earnings for someplace. There's one, but it just shows it for the entire year. Oh, I know, up here, payment history. That's the way to do that. Payment history. Okay, here's what I've made from Amazon. You know, by having a banner or something like that, or a thing you can click on and go there, and if you purchase something, I get 1 to 3% or something. So let's start with February. In February, I made $9.54, and the next month I made $11.46, and then at the end of March, they paid me $21. So and here in April, I made $6.33 for the month, and for May I made $8.21, and for the next month I made in June, wow, almost $15, and so on June 29th I was paid $29.49. Now we're moving on. In June I made $3.63, And in September, I made $17.89. And then on September 29th, I was paid the grand sum of $21.52. And that gives you an idea of how successful I am with YouTube and with Amazon. So let's go back on a happier site or whatever, I guess. Oh, by the way, I'll put the link below. Let me go to live video here. And so I'll put below the link to this because this is 8 hours ago. I was live streaming, and I'll put a link below to this, and you can see me actually live streaming. There were 93 views so far. That means people who actually didn't watch, they weren't live in there. They were, watching it the way you're doing now. So I'll add that. And I guess that gives me the reason to stop. 16 minutes. I bet you're jumping up and down and saying, my God, it usually takes him 16 minutes just to say his name. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I think the thing is I haven't gone live. Okay, I'm going to stop this. Let's see. Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. It's November 28th of 2023, and it's 1:15 a.m. in the morning. And I have been, I think, trying to stream a video. I streamed a video. see, what's this? Let's see. Add a reaction. Engage with your audience. Are we? I think we're streaming.